Easy Lynel kills. Lynels are some of the toughest enemies you will face during your adventures in Hyrule. They are fast, hit hard, and tank hits like they were nothing. Only the most extreme few would even dare to take on one of them, let alone 5, until now. Hi, my name is Oso, and today I'm going to show you an easy and consistent way to take down all Lynels, and prepare you to face off against one of Tears of the Kingdom's most difficult challenges, the Floating Coliseum. But before we do, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to be notified about new content. We're making a push to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and you can help make that happen. First off, there is a mechanic exclusive to Lynels that you need to know about. By mounting a Lynel, you can swing your weapon to damage it until it bucks you off. Your weapons do not expend durability during these hits. We can exploit this mechanic further by using weapons with the Breaking Point weapon modifier. Weapons with Breaking Point double its own attack strength and the fused material after it is badly damaged. This is a massive increase in attack strength with infinite durability while mounting a Lynel. The easiest place to find Breaking Point weapons is in Hyrule Castle. In the throne room, known as the Sanctum, head up both flights of stairs to your left. Turn around and climb over the collapsed horse head to find a Royal Guard's bow. Turn around and jump the gap. Behind the statue, you will find a Royal Guard's claymore that has Breaking Point. You can also find a Royal Guard's shield on the opposite side of the room. Drop down and head out the path at 8 o'clock. Jump down the hole in the roof, landing inside Princess Zelda's room. You will find another Royal Guard's bow on top of the fireplace, and another Breaking Point claymore in the collapsed hallway. Now it's time to fuse our weapons. Use a material with at least 20 fuse attack power. The higher the attack power, the better. Just make sure not to use anything with elemental damage, as Lynels will resist it. Now that both weapons are fused, it's time to wear them out. Hold Y to begin a charge swing, and immediately release it as you see the stamina wheel. Link will smash the weapon into the ground. Continue this until you see the message that the weapon is badly damaged. Do this for the second fused claymore as a backup. Both weapons should now have an attack power over 100. Now we're ready to face a Lynel. They all have very similar attacks, but prefer some more than others based on their weapons. Lynel also come in a variety of colors. Lynel difficulties are as follows: red-maned, blue-maned, white-maned, and silver. Their colors indicate their health and how aggressive they are. The plan is to parry their melee attacks, then immediately land a headshot with their bow. The Lynel will slump down and will be able to mount it and swing in for big damage. Red-maned Lynel wielding a one-handed sword and shield will typically open by charging towards you and swinging their sword. Stand your ground with your shield up and wait for them to position their sword vertically. As it comes down for the swing, press the A button to parry. If you parry too early, you will take damage, but if too late, you will not take any damage, though a chunk of your shield durability will be lost. Once you get the parry, quickly free aim your bow and aim for the Lynel's face. Using the lock-on will aim towards its body. You won't have time to adjust. If you miss the headshot, the Lynel will most likely swing its sword for a triple slash. You will have a small opportunity to put away your bow and block, or attempt another parry, but the timing is extremely tight. After you get the headshot, move around the Lynel and mount up. Position the camera so it is behind you and the Lynel. You will have 6 hits with your sword before the Lynel bucks you off. Count off each hit and then hold ZR to go into bullet time to get some extra damage in with your bow. The area to aim for a headshot is lower towards the base of the neck. Aim in this area for headshots. Note these headshots cannot stagger the Lynel, this is just for extra damage. Sword and shield Lynel may attempt a melee swipe by getting up on their hind legs and raising their weapons for a combined swipe. Simply watch for their front legs to drop onto the ground to time the parry. For their stampede, the Lynel will drop on all 6s and then attempt to run you over. You have 2 options. The first is to dodge to the side and avoid the attack. Perfect dodge timing is very forgiving. Just resist the urge to use flurry attack or you will break your weapon. As you grow more confident, you can also parry these attacks. However, the stampede is a little buggy. There will be times where the Lynel will just stop right in front of you or pass right through you without dealing any damage. Lynel may also attempt a headbutt. These are uncommon but also parryable. Finally, the fireball in Ragnarok. Simply release your lock-on and run to avoid these attacks. You can parry the fireballs, but they will not reflect back to the Lynel. Once the 3 fireballs or the explosion is finished, there's a small window to fire an arrow into their face to stagger them. The first time you mount a Lynel, you will get 6 swings with your overpowered sword before being bucked off. However, each subsequent time you mount a Lynel, it will buck you off sooner. The minimum number of swings you get is 3. As you grow more proficient at headshots, you will be able to rely on 3 swings before drawing your bow into bullet time. However, the longer it takes for you to stagger the Lynel, the more swings it will allow before bucking you off, back to a maximum of 6. Just remember, it is more important to preserve your weapon than to mash the swing button and accidentally slam it into the ground. There are stronger Lynel with other weapons, either a claymore or halberd. The claymore wielding Lynel adds an overhead attack that slams into the ground, creating an area effect. The attack looks very menacing, but you can still parry it. Make sure to commit to the parry and stand your ground. If you move away slightly, the parry will miss and you will be hit by the AoE. Halberd wielding Lynel will leap into the air and slam their weapon down into the ground, also creating an AoE. Due to the vertical angle of the weapon, you are not able to parry, so run away and draw your bow for a headshot. Here are the timings to parry each weapon. Lynel drop a ton of endgame materials and equipment, making each subsequent fight that much easier. As you become more adept at facing Lynel, I recommend hunting them down in the depths. Not only do they cause gloom damage, but they are clad in armor that you must break first. Use a blunt weapon after a parry against the armor. Once it breaks, defeat the Lynel as normal. This is great practice for the final Lynel challenge, the Floating Coliseum. Located here in the depths, the Floating Coliseum is a test of endurance and skill. There are a total of 5 fights, culminating in an armor-clad silver Lynel brandishing a unique spiked ball claymore. This gauntlet is not easy, but very rewarding once you master it. I strongly recommend practicing on Lynel in the wild and in the depths before attempting this. The first fight is a red main Lynel with a sword and shield, very simple and an easy warm-up. Second is a blue-maned Lynel with Claymore, a significant step up in difficulty. Watch out for the big slam AoE attack, and remember to commit to either the dodge or the parry. Third is a white-maned Lynel with a halberd. He is the most trolly of the fights. This Lynel likes to leap into the air, or stampede, then explode. Look for the headshot opportunities after its attacks. Fourth is a silver-maned Lynel wielding another sword and shield. This Lynel is much more aggressive than the first, but the fight will generally play out the same. With good parry timing, you will do fine. Finally, the fifth fight, the armor-clad silver-maned Lynel. He wields a very intimidating spiked ball claymore, but it ends up playing out just like the regular claymore. His armor can be challenging to take off, especially after a gauntlet of 4 previous Lynels. This is why the method of preserving your weapons and not using flurry attack is so important. The game does autosave after you defeat each Lynel, but whatever drops you collected will disappear, so you will easily find yourself low on weapons towards the end of the gauntlet. You can cheese this by manually saving after each fight, but I'm not a fan of this. Once you have defeated the final Lynel, enjoy your reward and the knowledge you just beat one of the Tears of the Kingdom's greatest challenges. If you found this guide helpful, make sure to give it a like and subscribe to be notified about new content. And leave a comment about how you triumph over the Floating Coliseum. My name's Ozo, and thanks for watching.